Ooh. Hello, welcome to my tube, my tiny little tube. My name's Marge. I'm a Hulk empath. Hey, okay, hey, okay, hey. I just like doing these little talks and the way I feel about things. And I had a hard day, man. See, I used to be able to get stuff done. And now I've succumbed to this divine timing thing, and I just call about 1:30, see about the BRT, and oh, we just got, or it's about, actually, it's probably closer to 2, it's probably 1:50. Yeah. She's like, we just got the part in about 20 minutes ago, he's putting it in now. I was like, right on. That was the last I heard of him. It's just like, ah! See, that's why I try not to plan. It's better if I don't plan, because last night I'm like, I'm going to get the truck back, I'm going to do this, this, and this. None of it happened. And it's just like, doesn't matter what I plan. It doesn't. There's a divine order, and it frickin', man, yielding to that frickin' is enough to piss me off. See, it's just more bullshit. It's just more bullshit. Just more stand around and wait. Sit around and wait, you know? And it's, I don't got the patience for it today. I have to have the patience for it every day, because I have so much energy that, like, when I get freaking, bah, this is fucking stupid, you know? Like, the dogs are like, are you okay? Yeah, I'm fine. I'm just expressing my emotions, but they just, like, want to comfort me. And then mom, like, worries. Do you worry about me? Yes. See, mom worries about me, so I try not to get too stressed out. And I go out in the back and I dance when I walk and stuff. And try and keep it loose, and I am powerless, and all these people that just get to fucking go around and do whatever they want. Luna laser eyes, look at you. Pew, pew, pew. Luna's eyes are lasery in the lack of lights. So, I call this talk Mission Non-Essential. I think I worked swing shifts and overnights during a couple times where they had blizzards in Bellevue. It's where Offutt Air Force Base is, and so we just basically we did snow removal all night long. And it's fun in the Bobcat and stuff like that. It's a lot of fun when you have the proper tools, man. The stuff that people can get done. It's just getting access. Ugh. It's hard to get access. I used to have access when I was mission essential. Then once you get out of their mission, and then they deem you non-essential. Now I'm mission non-essential. A lot of people have been deemed non-essential. Look how many people are going to work. Some people are by the skin of their teeth. They're just showing up. You know, they're doing it anyway. But the control frequencies are shorting out, man. They're going crazy. They're like, we gotta make more rules and more regulations. And people are like, we cannot comply. Because the spirit is waking up to being a free, sovereign, autonomous being. Trying to live joyfully, you know. People are barely getting by. I know a lot of people that are barely getting by. Or they're getting by that... Maybe not barely. We've always got by the grace of God. God has always just given us what we need right when we need it. Seconds and inches, huh, Ma? Huh? So, a wing and a prayer? Yeah? So, a lot of people are coming into their faith. It's kind of scary. They got their, like, faith training wheels on. I'm going to try this God thing. I'm going to try this power thing bigger than myself. I'm going to believe in something that, has control, or, that is guiding light, We have free will. We have free will to make the right choices. But so many people have not made the right choices with their free will. They're just going after that money, that property, that prestige, that power, that dominance, that control, that look at me, look at me, look at me, look at me, look at me. No, don't look at me. No, don't look at me. No, stop it. Just, I like to kind of fly under the radar. I don't mind living a life of obscurity. You know, I'm only for a few. I'm not for mainstream. I've never been mainstream. I got like, I was thinking about when I used to hang out with my buddy Jeff Strickart and Eric Schreiber. We used to freaking drive around, smoke weed, and freaking um, play pinball. Terminator and Elvira were a couple of specific ones. Elvira, remember, they used to follow her around town because, like, set the it's right in a small town. Any small town, it's like they switch up the pinball machines, and we followed her to a couple different locations. You know, but just hanging out with your friends, listening to music, talking about freaking whatever, you know, 1984. This was back in 1992, you know, and Adox Huxley and Brave New World and all this stuff, and you know, all these. Oh, wouldn't that suck if they tried to do that and this? It's Solvent Green, all of it. Wouldn't it just be, that was a terrible movie, by the way. But there's just all these, and then these people like have these like fragmented personalities, and they're got into their older age, and they're just like, we're gonna make this reality, because he got stuck in their programming someplace. Control, dominate, manipulate. And everybody else is like, who the fuck are these people? What the heck are they doing? They're crazy. How did they get in the positions that they're in? A lot of them, it's like, look at the freaking college degrees. Like the governor of one of the senators or whatever of New Mexico. He's also the mayor. He's not gonna House of Representatives. One of those people that they get paid like thousands of dollars a month because they make $174,000 a year. While people are like, and then tell people, you aren't worth $1,200 a month of your own taxpayers' money, but we, between 536 people, account for a minimum of $92 million of the budget for 536 people, because they make all at least 100. They're all millionaires, dude. Corp USA, when are they going to change the logo and restart? You know, you're going to start soon if that Boo Bowden guy wins. We're going to have like stars, like different stars on the flag, I bet. Dude, we got captured by China and nobody even noticed. It's just because they have bought up all of our property. It's all the good property. That's why nobody can afford to live, because there's big empty freaking, you know, office spaces where nobody is, just so somebody can say I own it. And if they want to tear it down, you know, they're planning on what they're gonna do with it. Oh, those planners, city planners, and freaking. I got a whole folder of the crap in Oregon, and it's not just in Oregon. If the same shit is happening in everybody's town, the bureaucrats paid themselves to do very little, and they didn't fix the stuff that they're supposed to fix either, and then deemed everybody not. I saw Omaha they got the freaking. See, that's the thing, is that's what the city of Omaha did. These cities and towns, they got these billion-dollar bailouts, and then they all went and bought like the smaller garbage trucks that were the automated ones. They have them in Oregon, man. It's a crock. All the garbage men are fat because they don't work it. They just drive around and pick up garbage, and the trucks got smaller. The capacities of garbage gets smaller, and they keep charging you more. So you just wait, Omaha, and that's what you're in for. It's a nightmare. It's all freaking, everything's outsourced, and it's like you all live in the same community. Why is everything contracted out and all this stuff? It's just silly nonsense. It's like people playing grown up. But they're not doing the work, man. People don't get what they're paid for. They don't. And they have these egos that say, I deserve it. I deserve it. I deserve it. I deserve the things that people deserve, man. That's the thing. You take your last breath, You get what you deserve. Yep, and people got to get it right, man. We're supposed to just be living in JC consciousness, creating heaven on earth, and people aren't figuring it out. So we just keep living hell on earth until people start figuring out that, oh yeah, we actually manifest what we make this stuff happen. And people could really help a lot more people out too. They could. There's this was that Isabelle something? Somebody recommended her channel. She's like 22 years old, has a cabin off grid in Washington, I believe. And she built her own tiny house, and see, that's the thing, is people don't even try to learn how to do stuff like that. They're just like, no, I can't do that, or no, it's too hard, or no, I don't want to bother, or no. Come up with all these nah. And but it's good to see. It's cool to see young people out there that freaking actually know how to do shit, know how to build, and figure out problems. And that's the thing, is she's learning it. She's learning it. She's learning how to problem solve and all that stuff, and that's great. That's great. I'd like to teach more people how to like work on their own cars and stuff like that, because it's so easy to freaking change. And now you can just take your stuff to an auto parts stuff, and they'll dispose of it for you. Yep. And you can get one of those drip pans with the pour spout, and then just pour it back into the dealio, into the container, and then just take back the container that it came in. Yeah, it's real easy. And because now it's like $100, $89, $90. I guess where it depends on where you go and the kind of mood the people are in. But it's real easy to do it yourself. And brakes are easy too. That's another thing. Check your fluids. It's important to check your fluids, because just like in people, man. And people do take better care of their cars than they do themselves. It's important to eat proper. Proper diet is very important. Dude, I knew this. We didn't get to freaking see. I overcompensated because we didn't get to eat a lot of crap when we were growing up. Because I had a blood test when I was like 6, and they said she's hypoglycemic, and so we didn't. And then like later on, my stomach always hurt, and so they just said you're allergic to milk. But it's because that's where I process my stress, is in my stomach. And so my train of thought just derailed. Oh, so we couldn't drink milk or eat sugar. So that made Saturday morning cartoons real sucky around Marge's house. Grape nuts with apple juice. We'd have to eat shit like cantaloupe. I can't stand cantaloupe. I couldn't. I hated cantaloupe. I still don't like it. I'd get like, okay, that's your breakfast before swimming. I'd eat a half a cantaloupe. Why can't I just have scrambled eggs every morning with ketchup? That's all I really want, is just scrambled eggs with ketchup. I still like scrambled eggs with ketchup. Actually, last couple times I had ketchup, it was actually really nasty. It didn't taste very good at all. So, people are going down memory lane. It's time to go down memory lane. There's a lot of retrospect, a lot of people have passed, so it's a lot of first Christmases without loved ones and things like that. And that's why ever since I was a little girl, every encounter I had with the person, I try to make it positive, because I learned a long time ago when Cookie died that because I didn't say goodbye. I saw her at the bank, and Mom said, isn't that Cookie's car? And I was like, yeah, it's cool, I'll see her later. And she was actually leaving from the bank to go down on a scuba diving trip down in off Santa Cruz Island, and she was in a scuba diving accident and drowned and died. So I always treat that when I see people, like it's going to be the last time I see them. So I'm trying to be thoughtful in the process and be present in the process, because we never know how long we're ever going to be around. And both my parents nearly died a long time ago. Heck, I've had so many near-death experiences. You know, I was thinking about, because the song came on earlier, let's hang on to what we got, the Four Seasons. I remember actually listening to that song on the radio. I was probably 3 years old. 3 years old. 2 years old, 3 years old. So after we left San Bernardino, and we were traveling, and there's a tunnel that's outside of Ventura, and then on the one side of the tunnel, I think it's before you go into the tunnel, there's a rest stop there. And Mom went into the bathroom and I wandered off. I was a wander off kid. She's like, I never understood why people put their children on leashes until I had you. So I always wandered off, and there's a little creek. I wandered off and I freaking did a backflip. I used to try and do backflips all the time. I think it's because I was like some kind of crazy warrior dude in my last incarnate, and I freaking misjudged a landing or something like that and freaking broke my neck and died. And it was like a total freak kind of thing. And I came in this incarnate, and I didn't figure out that I had died and reborn again, So even when I was a little kid, it was just like, I was like, always felt weird in my body, like I didn't fit in there, but never wanted to have an operate. Well, actually, that's not true. I thought about what it would be like when I was a little girl. It'd be like to be a man, and then all of these people started doing it, and I was just like, nah, I'm pretty cool with who I am. I don't need to, I know that's what happened. That I've been male in the last few incarnates, and then this one I'm female. But I know I'm also getting all the karma that I did when I was a freaking male, and I evidently I was a scumbag to women. So I've gotten a lot of that 7, 10, 12-fold in this incarnate, So I just want to teach people that it just behooves us to all be respectful to people. And if people that don't do respectable things, that's their path. Just don't hang out with them and go find somebody else that does. It's easier not to hang out with people than it is to hang out with people that just always make it hurt in your freaking organs, in your adrenal glands. There's people like that were like, I knew people that like used to like steal shit and stuff like that, and it just, that's not cool, man. You can't take stuff that doesn't belong to you. It's not for you. So many people just take things that they think that they want for a minute, and it's like, it's not for relationships, other people's freaking significant others. It's weird how harmful. It's like we have the consciousness to be good to each other, and people spend so much energy just being ugly and just nasty to people. I know it's because they feel bad. I know. But do shit to feel better. Do shit to feel better. It took me years to learn how to self-soothe. I'm still learning. I get so much energy, I get frustrated, and I get mad, and I always know why I'm mad. I always know why. Usually it's because I'm hurting. And it's just like, I gotta put up with some more bullshit, and I'm hurting. I don't wanna. But things are shifting real quick. Things are shifting. I just always I look at them as big puzzle pieces. Stuff, big life events happen. So I go, okay, here's a piece. Put this over here. There's a game I used to like called The Room, and I used to play it on my iPad, where you could go through and like on a table there's like codes and things like that. It's pretty cool. And like look in here and signs and hints and clues and all that stuff. And so that's how I look at sometimes when freaking things come up in life, and it's just like, how am I going to get through this? Well, you're going to get this part, you need this part and this part, and thank God I have the resources to do things so the guys can, I don't have to lift boxes and stuff. So I just pay the movers to come. And And once I get settled, the world ain't gonna, don't, people keep waiting for permission to live their life. You keep waiting for permission. Stop waiting for permission to live your life. Just go out and live your life. There's so much cool stuff to see, and there's so many cool people to meet. And people are gonna find the more they meet. People, once they get back out there and they're get up back in amongst the land of the living, people are really gonna figure out just how small this world is. This world is not that big, man. There aren't as many people on this planet as they say there are. They always inflated numbers. They always make up stuff. They never say anything true. They just pay themselves to create a narrative. And people just believe it because, well, that's just what you do. Well, these times are changing, folks. People are lining up their energy, their chakras are lining up, they're awakening to, there's so much more to life than just doing what you're told to do all the time, because mostly people, they do the right thing. Mostly people do. It's the real egomaniacal that are just really unbalanced and freaking crazy that freaking have to feed on people as a resource and farming animals and stuff like that. But they're gonna meet their maker. Everybody meets their maker, man. Everybody does. And when you went down with your maker, and your maker said, "You want to explain to me how I gave you all these life instructions, universal law, God law? You had all this direction to just do right and just not cause harm and just be cool? And what did you do? Made a lot of money, sold a lot of albums. I just saw, what was that Dylan guy? That Dylan guy just sold all of his music for like $300 million. To me, that's selling your soul when you give somebody other control over your stuff. But hey, all for the Lucy Fairy Tale Theater, These people don't hide it anymore. You know what was interesting? I saw that chick, that Lawrence chick, her frickin' family farm got burnt down. And I thought that was interesting because I think it was Keegan that did a video about how when Matthew McConaughey got I think it was his Oscar, and he's like, "First I want to thank God." And he starts talking about God, and you see Jennifer Lawrence in the back, and she's just like less than impressed, And then, I don't know. Everything happens for a reason. It's just weird. But I hope no animals were hurt. I don't remember seeing if there were any animals were hurt or not. But let's speak. What else? Mission essential. Who gets to say who's important and who's not? That's what I'm like. I just put me in the room with these people. I just want to ask it. I've imagined what it would be like to stand up in front of Congress and I'd probably wear my dog bow tie and just be like, where are you people coming from, man? I don't know what planet you people are living on, but every single one of you need to go down and live in your tent cities for 4 nights. 4 nights, 5 days. And be amongst your constituents and ask these people. And there's so many more people that are just paycheck away from there. Grabbing a tent and they're just going and living on a freaking on-ramp somewhere. That's what they're doing all over Oregon. When I left. People have just open fields. People don't have no place to go, so they're like, okay, we're gonna go right here. At least the city could do is provide like porta potties and shit like that. Because they freaking put them on the back of the city employees drive around with one. The work sites. So, just go park them at optimal locations the rest of the 24 hours that you aren't using them. There's so many ways that that communities could support the people in them, and they just haven't. But they keep paying themselves. Oh, they keep paying themselves. I wish people. I still get job notifications every day from Indeed and stuff like that. You know, with my career and my education and career and stuff like that, what I'm qualified for, and it's just like, dude, I don't even know how people get hired and like with the conscience, because it's not like they're digging ditches. It's not like they're digging ditches in like 100-degree, you know. Oh my God, I'm working so hard. No, you sit and you type, and these people are getting paid $6, $7, $8, $9,000 a fucking month. It's ridiculous. And they make that much money, and people don't know how to live within their means, and so people keep buying and buying and doing and doing, and it's at some point that wave of energy is gonna run out. It does for everybody. It's life. It's human experience, unless you're born into it. But oh, and then the lack of happiness that comes with it. All that, people are so unhappy. They're so unhappy in this earth right now. I remember having a conversation with Reed, the guy I was in the Air Force with. I remember right where we were, and his mom was like a therapist or psychotherapist, some sort. She was some sort of shrink, and happiness is a decision. Yeah, but you got to tell yourself every second, I'm happy, I'm happy, I'm happy, I'm happy. And who has time to do that shit, because they got life going on. They got chores to do and stuff like that. Some people are freaking working 3-4 jobs to try and make freaking ends meet and all this stuff, while the reindeer game just keeps, the game of chess, it just keeps going back and forth, you know. Such drama. It's such drama. Will we turn into communist China? Or will we go America freaking regain its freedom? Well, I don't know. Are people going to get off their fucking asses and go out and do something? I would love to. I would love to. I did for years. I did my part. I did my part. I do my part here. Just trying to get people to think about things. I don't care if people agree with me or not. I don't agree with everybody, 100% of nobody I know. The thing is I'm open to other ideas, and there's often times I hear other ideas, and I'm like, okay, I can track, I can understand that. I don't agree with it, and I ain't gonna live with it, but I can understand where they're coming from. But people get so hostile. They get so hostile and mean, spiteful. There's no spirit in that. But word is people are coming back into their spirit. That's what the rumor on the street is. So, what time is it? So it's just, I hope people are hanging on in there, doing things, productive things, using their energy wisely, not doing, fucking destructive stuff, people that break stuff and all that stuff. I can't stand people like that, man. Somebody could use that. Every time somebody bombs something, then breaks something, destroys something, it's like somebody could use that. That's just a waste. So I don't have much else to say. I was just thinking, I'm in nostalgia too, and I'm grateful for the path that I've been on, and the experiences that I've had, and the people that because I never really did Christmas. I tried some of my own traditions, and then all right, try to do, but it's always just me. Mom doesn't really like Halloween. Yeah, she likes the lights and stuff like that. She's just not really into it. So, but I've over the years I've got to be around other people where I got to experience how they celebrated with their families and stuff like that. That I got to participate in the holidays like that, and had a pretty good life. I'm ready to make more memories and things like that. I'm ready to find my same freak tribe in real life, hang out with my friends again like we used to, hang out listening to music, talk about dreams, things that haven't happened yet, how wonderful it would be in imagination stations, And then, you know, sharing experiences of things from the past. And growing in that heart space, that connection, you know. And helping people heal, because so many people need healing right now. So many people need healing. A lot of healing has to go on. So when people start healing, then they're going to want things that are better for them, not just themselves, but for other people too. Because when you feel good, you just want other people to feel good. Oh, Lou. It's a good girl. Yeah, so that's all I got for now. Hope you have a rad day. Peace.